Today on Morning Meditations, I'm going to talk about the contrast between two of God's servants and how God uses different types of people to do his work.
This is Morning Meditations with me, Pastor Ryan Hayden of Bible Baptist Church. To hear more or find out more about our church, visit BibleBaptistMattoon.org.
1 Kings 18 is truly one of the most exciting chapters in the whole Bible. Nearly everybody who has been to Sunday school remembers the story of Elijah mocking the 400 prophets of Baal at Mount Carmel, then calling down fire from heaven. But that's just one of several stories in that amazing chapter that deserve our attention. The chapter actually starts with a bit of a confrontation between two of God's servants. Elijah comes out of hiding and finds Obadiah, who is the chief courtier in Ahab's court, looking for grass to feed Ahab's horses. Now, it's interesting how the Bible introduces this character, Obadiah. Verse 3 says, "And Ahab called Obadiah, which was the governor of his house. Now Obadiah feared the Lord greatly." How can a person work so closely with a wicked king like Ahab and still be a godly man? But Obadiah was. Look at the next verse. "For it was so, when Jezebel cut off the prophets of the Lord, that Obadiah took 100 prophets and hid them by 50 in a cave and fed them with bread and water." Obadiah wasn't just personally faithful to God, he used his position in Ahab's court to save and feed 100 prophets that Jezebel the queen was trying to kill. So Obadiah was, just like Elijah, a bit of a hero for the Lord. Now, can you imagine the contrast with me for a second? You've got Elijah, a gruff, blunt man of the wilderness, meeting Obadiah, who is no doubt a polished, mannerly, well-dressed courtier. One of them was doing everything he could to serve God by opposing Ahab, and the other was using his position as a servant of Ahab to serve God. Now, here's my point. God uses all types of people. Sometimes we get it into our head that a real man of God always looks like Elijah, or always looks like some preacher or missionary that we look up to. But God uses all types. Sometimes we think you have to be a preacher like Elijah to serve God, but at least 100 preachers wouldn't have got to preach anymore without the generosity and bravery of a politician like Obadiah. Whoever you are, whatever God has you doing, find a way to use it to serve the Lord and put your all into it. God has you where you are for a purpose. Use your talents for him.